Why did Iron Maiden do this? Did they do it to troll the fans? Or maybe the label demanded it? What do you think? Why does Seventh Son of a Seventh Son have 8 songs rather than 7? This album is easily my favorite Iron Maiden record, and this fact has sort of stood out like a sore thumb to me for a long time. You know, Can I Play With Madness sort of sticks out and doesn't really belong thematically or sonically with the rest of the songs. But I digress, let me continue. In English and European folklore, a seventh son born of a seventh son in an unbroken line with no females born in between would be born with heightened supernatural powers. You know, think healing, clairvoyance, maybe some occult powers, you know, that sort of old European folklore kind of deal. In fact, in southern England, a seventh son born of a seventh son would traditionally be named Doctor, as supposedly they would have healing powers. Now, Iron Maiden being an English band, you know, of course they'd be very aware of this. Thus, when the concept album is being written here, the number 7 is a very symbolic and important number. Now this brings me back to the track listing. Why is there 8 songs? Are there any songs that seem to stand out or perhaps seem out of place? Can I play with madness? Yes, I think perhaps this song was an afterthought, or perhaps the label demanded a more radio-friendly song, and they decided to include it on the album rather than a single. You know, this is the late 80s where, you know, the power of the record label is probably as high as it ever was. You know, they can demand a lot of things of their artists, maybe do things that they wouldn't necessarily want to do. You know, of course, this is all speculation, as I couldn't find any information online, but this is just what I'm saying. Of course, this song could have been perfectly meant for this album, and they wrote it exactly how they wanted to, put it where they wanted to, etc., but I don't know, I digress. To me, the song just feels completely out of place tonally on the album. It's too happy, it's too upbeat, it's way too poppy. Although the lyrics fit into the broader concept of the album, it makes just little sense to me. If the seventh son is clairvoyant, why does he need to go to the prophet? Why does the prophet need to tell him what's to come? Can he not just see it himself? It just seems strange. Obviously, this is an extremely surface level analysis of the song and the entire story of the album in general, which maybe in the future I will do a deep dive on. But I mean, come on. This album would have been perfect if it had 7 songs. 7 songs about a seventh son of a seventh son. And you make seventh son of a seventh son 7 minutes long. You know, you can go on and on and on onto this, because 7 is a very powerful and symbolic number. But, on the other hand, if you take the lyrics in more of a meta, fourth wall breaking sense, Playing with Madness would be not adding a radio-friendly song. You know, then the album wouldn't sell and no one would hear the story. No one would be able to experience it. Playing with, you know, you could rearrange this and think of it differently as Playing with Madness would be not including a radio-friendly song. Although I think Only the Good Die Young would have worked just fine for that, but, you know, anyways. And Playing with Madness could be releasing an entirely progressive, no single-laden album in 1988. Like, that could be seen as Playing with Madness. You know, and maybe in the lyrics, they're being a little bit cheeky with it. You know, maybe the prophet is the record label or an executive at the record label which told him to do this, you know? It would be complete madness if you didn't do this. So, by breaking the concept of the number 7 and adding a radio-friendly song, they are playing with madness. You know, imagine this next verse with what I just said in mind. Give me the sense to wonder if I'm free. Give me a sense of wonder to know if I can be me. Give me the strength to hold my head up, spit back in their face. Don't need no key to unlock this door. Gonna break down the walls, break out of this bad place. You know, if you think about this more in the terms of, you know, what is free? Are they free to make the album they want? Or are they, you know, supposed to, and they have to have a radio-friendly song to sell the album? You know, spit back in their face. Is this, you know, them putting Can I Play With Madness in the middle of the album? Ruining the concept, well, not ruining, but breaking the flow and thematically changing it sonically. Is that spitting back in their face? You know, it's a very interesting way to think about this. Anyways, what do you think? Seventh Son is, again, easily my favorite Iron Maiden record. I've probably listened to it thousands of times by now. But every time it comes on, I just skip Can I Play With Madness pretty much instantly. I don't know, I just don't really like the song. You know, is my analysis on the money? Do you know something I don't? Am I just being crazy? Am I thinking way too much in this? Leave it down below. Cheers.